Hello. This should be, I don't know, maybe the sixth, or maybe the fifth, or maybe the fourth. It's been multiple tries at filming, but I think today is the day. Today is the day that we get a full video in with no problems and no issues. I'm AJ. This is going to be the first video. It's a gym channel. It's basically just about helping people learn how to balance working out as a beginner. If you're a beginner, this is the channel for you. If you have been working out for a couple of years, you might learn something new. I've been working out for about 3 years, and I am very excited for the beginning of this channel. The whole idea of it is going to be surrounded around just working out. You're going to see how I work out. You're going to see why I do the things I do, and you might learn something. My lifts have been constantly increasing for the past couple of years. I feel like I've gotten very good at just the gym workout type life. And so I'm going to share that with you guys. Anyway, we are headed to the Lifetime Fitness. If you know that gym, it is a very, very nice gym. They have pretty much every piece of equipment that you could think of. Today what are we doing today? Yesterday we did back. The day before we did arms. It's arms or chest. I don't know. I'll figure it out on the way there. We have arms or chest today. I think it's chest. I think we have chest today, which is the best day, honestly. It's a Tuesday. It's going to be a nice day. It's 91 degrees outside. And I'm in a hoodie and sweatpants. But I actually think it's extremely important, to wear this type of thing whenever you go to the gym. I'm not a big fan of the wife beater and shorts outfit at the gym. You want to be sweating, especially with a lot of gyms today. They have air conditioning all over the gym. It's constantly being cooled down. And when your body's cooled down, you don't sweat as much, you don't work as hard. It's not as good. So that's why I like wearing a hoodie and sweatpants, because I go there, I start sweating within the first couple sets. I start feeling like I'm working hard, and then as the sweat starts to drip, I feel like I need to work harder. And it's good, it's kind of that same thing with when you run. If any of you guys ever did cross country or track or any running type or even basketball, any running based sport, you know that as soon as you start to sweat, you know how much you're working. It almost motivates you a little bit. It's really nice. It's nice. So I'm not a big fan of just wearing something that's very, very light at the gym. Maybe once you get your pump cover off and you're completely pumped, maybe you want to do that. I mean, I definitely do that a lot. So that's nice. But very beginning of the gym, hoodie, sweatpants. Hoodie, sweatpants every time. Sweater, sweatpants, hoodie, sweatpants. Something baggy, something heavy, something that's going to make you sweat. Always good for you. I think plan of attack for today, we're going to be doing what? Chest. So most likely, we're going to be starting with some sort of pressing movement. Then we're going to back off the pressing and we're going to do some fly type movement, because those are the two types of movements you can do with chest. If you're a beginner, first thing you're doing when you're trying to work chest is you want to absolutely obliterate the muscle. You need to make your chest feel on fire by the end of it. And the best way I know to do that is to completely and utterly work it in every way possible. So you have pressing, which is, for example, a bench press or an incline bench press or an incline or a decline bench press or a machine press. Those are all very good options for a chest press. Any type of pressing movement, or if you have cables, what you could do is you could do, instead of a fly movement with them, which is when you're trying to stretch the chest muscle, the pectoral muscle, as much as possible, and then bring it in and squeeze as much as possible. That's the fly movement. Instead, with the cable, is you could do the same pressing movement, and you could do it as an individual thing. So you could work your individual left pec and right pec independently, and you can work them with cables. So that's very good. I don't necessarily do it a lot. I'm not gonna diss it. I'm not gonna say it doesn't work. It definitely, I doubt that it doesn't reap any progress, but I would definitely give that a shot. What else? So I think today we're going to go back and forth. I'm either going to do all pressing and then all flies, or alternate. I'll probably alternate. I think I'm going to do some incline bench press on the Smith machine. Reason I do it on the Smith machine and not free weight's very good. Free weight's a very good movement. But the main reason I do it on a Smith machine press is because the movement is controlled. So there's no chance. Number one, it's safer. That's the first thing. You don't want to possibly. I've seen these videos on the internet where someone's doing an incline press and then their like shoulder falls out of their socket, or I hear people constantly complaining about their left shoulder or the right shoulder hurting a lot when they're doing bench press. And most of the time it's form related, but sometimes it's just because you're using a lot of front delts. And when you have a Smith machine, the movement is so controlled that you can't mess up. You can't mess up a Smith machine. It goes up and down in the same vertical line, and that way you can align it perfectly to do incline press. And that's why I like doing the Smith machine press. Now, so we'll probably move that. We'll probably do 3 to 4 sets, just enough to stimulate it once I feel like I'm on fire. I don't know what that was. Once I feel like my pectoral muscle's on fire. Then we'll move on to a fly type movement. So I'll probably do some chest flies, some pec deck. Once we do some pec deck, probably another 3-4 sets of that. Completely, the whole goal of the pec deck is that you want to go as far out as possible and then as far in as possible, as many times as possible. I'm going to say it again. So as far out as possible and then as far in as possible, as many reps as you can. Because especially with the fly movement, the weight is arbitrary. With almost any movement, the weight is arbitrary, but especially with the fly movement, it's especially arbitrary, and it doesn't really matter. Because the whole point is that you want to stretch the muscle and then feel the burn. You want to tear those muscle fibers as you're approaching the middle. So that's very important. So for example, I can do 200 pounds on the pec deck for 8 reps, but is that going to be the most apt use of the weight and the exercise? No. What's better is you go 175 or maybe 165, and then you crack out maybe 12 or 20 reps. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of debate. You'll hear a lot of people, different people say, no, my goal is between 6 to 8 reps, which is good. That's mostly my goal for most of my movements. And what I'm saying right now isn't science-based. I'm not saying I researched this and this is the best possible way, because everybody's different. But for me personally, the thing that works for me to attack the muscle when I'm trying to do a fly movement is I need to have a complete outward and inward stretch. I need to have a complete outward and inward stretch all, and then with like the most amount of reps as possible, because I need to feel that burn. I don't really feel the burn with a heavy weight. Believe me, I've done many sets of pec deck, and every single time I do it, I am constantly, what's the word? I don't feel so stimulated. I need the chest muscle to be stimulated. So we're gonna do some Smith machine press. We're gonna do some pec deck. We'll probably do some incline machine press. That is becoming one of my favorite exercises recently. So we'll do some incline machine press. We'll be doing some. We might do some cable flies. We might do some dips. Dips are very good for the bottom part of your pectoral muscle, because there's the middle, the incline, the top, and then the decline that gives you kind of the shape of your chest. It's very good for you. So I'm going to be doing that. We'll probably do another great thing that I realized is that if you ever do machine dips, which is the just sitting down machine dips where you're just moving your arms, almost all of it is triceps. But for some reason, towards the end, as I start leaning over the machine a little bit, whoa, excuse me, sorry about that. As you start going over the machine a little bit, and you start hunching over as you're doing it, you end up getting some of that decline, that bottom part of the chest, and it's a very good stretch. So we're here. We're going to be going in, and I'll see you in there. All right, here we are. 6 to 8 reps is the goal. So we just finished the first set. 4 for 2. We're probably gonna hit another 3 based on the feeling of the first set. You don't want to hit your chest. You just want to bring it right up next to it. Here we go. Good set. Probably drop the weight. All right. I lied. I think I'm just gonna focus on the breathing a little bit more. Your breathing tempo is very important when hitting your sets. So let's focus on the breathing. Hopefully we can get more than 6 reps. If I can't, I'll drop the weight. Also make sure you have even hand placement. Very important for weight distribution. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Last set. I think we'll drop the weight. I think we'll do it. We'll do a 35er. We'll do a 35er because we want to get some optimum. We got to get some optimum reps in. 6 is not enough. There we go. We're at 205. One last set. Here we go. Fix the breathing. Let's get into it. Good set. Hit till failure. Let's go through supplies. All right. You're gonna want to adjust it about, depending on your arm length. You're gonna want to adjust it to a space that feels comfortable for you, but you get a good stretch. What are we gonna do? Let's start with 190. Maybe move down to 175 later. Always go till failure. Let's hit another set. Let's do this again. Probably hit about maybe 2 or 3, maybe 3 more sets. We'll see how it goes. Depending on how this one goes, we'll do 3 or 2. Let's keep going. You don't want to wait too long. So if you wait too long, you get cold. When you're cold, you don't keep the burn up. You want to get that pump in. You let yourself get cold, you wait too long, you end up tiring yourself out a lot quicker. And also, too much rest is not good. You want to be able to get an optimum amount of rest so you still feel somewhat of a burn from the last set, but enough energy to go on to the next. So let's get this one going. We moved it down to 175. I think we're done. Let's move into incline machine press. That'd be good after this one. All right, here we go. We'll probably, this will probably be the last pressing movement, and then we'll probably move into one more fly movement, then we'll be done. Let's hit a good 185. Let's do this. It's good. Man, that is frustrating. I didn't get that last one. Let's get a couple more sets. All right. Let's hit one more. This is going to be, you want to hit all of these stuff here, especially with this machine. I really like it that it's a machine because it's so much easier to hit failure. Because typically with a free weight, you're going to be doing as many as you can, and eventually you'll get to a point where you cannot push anymore and it won't even come off your chest. But with the machine, a lot of the time you can get so many more partials, which I really like because it keeps that really stretched out phase, and then you're just in a time under tension. It's very valuable for the chest development. Let's hit one more set, maybe two more sets. We'll do two more. Here we go. Nice. Very good. Very good. Let's do one more. Another comment that I get a lot is how come I do chest by itself. You probably noticed the only exercises I've been talking about are chest base. And then while it is a chest day, a lot of people like to do triceps and shoulders or chest and triceps along with it. Well, it's not a bad idea. Definitely works. I'm not going to diss on it, but I find it much more effective to isolate the pectoral muscle by itself on its own day, and then my arms on a second day. Probably tomorrow will be arms, and you'll see what that looks like. But here we go. Let's hit this last set. Here we go. Good. Let's do a drop set. Drop it by 45 or 40. Ooh. man, I'm gassed. That was good though. That was a good set. Felt all the muscle fibers. Tara, I can't even speak. All right. It looks like all the fly machines are taken and in line with most people. So we'll probably go hit a some other chest type movement. Let's go check it out. Literally, because every type of fly-based movement has been occupied, we're just going to do some decline bench press to round off the day, and then we'll go check out the pump. Here we go. That's good. Appreciate you. Thank you. That is gym type behavior. You always have someone watching your back. I haven't done decline bench in probably, how long has it been? Has to have been maybe a year and a half. Used to be able to do 225 no problem, but for a good amount of reps too. But that's good. You always have someone in the gym watching your back, so don't feel too afraid to go a weight beyond your scope. But always aim to have a good spotter nearby. That's my fault. Maybe I'll get one for the next set. But let's keep going. We only got about 4 reps in on that last set, but the goal is 8. The goal is 8. Definitely dropped the weight, so now we're at 185. I think that was my ego taking over. Try to do 225 like I used to. No warm-up either. All the rest, I didn't do any warm-up. I just jumped straight into 225. So also free weight. So let's take care of business. Here we go. There we go. Much more manageable. One more. Nice. Maybe we'll hit one more, maybe 2. See how it goes. Always make sure you say thank you to the people that save you in the gym. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna do anything, but you could severely injure yourself if you don't know how to get out of it. I was pretty close to getting out of it, but still a lot of weight on your chest. So glad you have someone there for you. Let's hit one more set. Oh. Nice. There we go. That was good. We achieved failure. That's what you go for every time. Always go to failure. I think we're good to check out the pump, so let's go do that. I'm gonna have to take off the mic for this one, but let's check out the pump. I am pumped for sure. Let's go through a couple poses though. The correct way to hit a side chest is you're going to want to grab onto that forearm here, the opposite forearm that you're trying to flex the pec for. and keep going. Sometimes you gotta stop recording when people enter the bathroom. That way you have, just basic decency. So let's run through a couple more. Just realized I didn't have the mic on. Whenever you have around people in the bathroom, you just always want to have basic decency whenever you're recording. Make sure you don't get anyone uncomfortable. But yeah, let's run through a couple more. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. All right, let's go. Let's get back in the car. Talk about the workout. That was a good lift. That was a pretty good lift. Why? There are two main things that I try to determine at the end of the workout to see if I had a good lift. Number one, if it just felt right. If it felt good, chances are it was good. If that workout felt good, chances are it was very good. You stimulated the muscle. If you feel really good after that, you probably had a good lift. If your body just burns a little bit, you get that burn where the muscle was, that's another sign you had a good lift. And also, if you're just gassed, if you're exhausted, you should not be full of energy after a workout. You should be ready to just completely go down, unless it's really early in the morning. It kind of depends. Whoa, kind of depends on when you're working out. If you're working out bright and early in the morning, you probably have a lot of energy. But most people tend to work out midday to about 8-10 o'clock at night, and you should be gassed. You should be done. That's why I like doing them in the afternoon, because I want to get all my brain work done during the day and all my physical work done in the evening. Right now it's 6:13 p.m. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna eat some food, get some protein in, finish off the whatever's left of the shake. Finish that off. Make sure I'm hydrated. You always get water. It's nice, Keep you get your food and nutrition intake completed throughout the day. You continue it during the workout, and then you seal it off at night. And by the time you're done eating at night, you're about ready to go to bed. You know, like picture this: you have an amazing chest day. All right, you completely wrecked your chest. You feel amazing. You feel like you did a good job. You go home. You chat on a bunch of food. Your stomach is full. You go take a shower and get in your covers. Is that not the best way to go to bed? Completely full of food, completely physically exhausted, mentally exhausted from everything you did during that day, whether it was your job or you're in school. Or I'm in school, but right now it's summer vacation, so this is what's occupying my mental time. When I'm not doing this, I'm trying to figure out how I can make these videos better. This is the first one. Chances are it's not going to be the best one, obviously. I'm going to continue to make it better. Every single day I'm going to do my best to make this video better. So that's what the mental part of it is for me during the day. So this is the only thing I'm focused on. But once we hit school, we'll probably be probably 100 videos in. Because this is going to be a daily channel. Every day I'm going to be uploading something, and every day I'm going to try and make the video better. So by the 100th video, hopefully we'll have a good amount of viewers, good amount of subscribers. We can get a lot of attention to this channel. Hopefully I can actually gear to what I really want this channel to be about, which is staying consistent in the gym. That is the main thing for me. The main thing for me is that I want everyone watching to not only be consistent in the gym and not let their work life or their academic life affect it, but to also encourage others to do the same. Because if I can say, for example, we have one viewer today, and you watch this video and you say, wow, this is a really good video, and then you keep going and you keep following me, and you end up staying consistent in the gym because it almost becomes part of your routine. You know, you watch me, you go to the gym, or you go to the gym and then you watch me or whatever. You know, it becomes part of your routine, and you don't let yourself skip. Now, rest days are important, but don't make them part of the routine. I've never been an advocate for that. Don't make it, oh, it's Thursday, it's my rest day. No, you know, if you feel like your muscles are completely ready for a workout, you're not that sore, you feel like you can go complete a good lift, you have enough energy, and you can push yourself, then there's no reason to take a rest day, you know? But the only reason why I take a rest day is if I feel like every muscle in my body is so fatigued that there's no way I could get a good lift in, a quality lift. Because you could go into the gym completely sore and barely get anything done because you're so exhausted and your body hurts. You're not even going to be stimulating muscle growth. You're probably going to hinder muscle growth. So that's not good, you know. You always want to be attentive to what your body tells you. So that's that. So we're probably gonna go home. We're gonna eat some food, and then I'll see you tomorrow for arms. That'll be a good lift. We're gonna be doing biceps, triceps, and forearms. Always do forearms on your arm day. We'll get into that tomorrow, but I'll see you next time.